Good morning, children. Welcome to biology class. So, today we are going to start the chapter Absorption by Roots, the process involved. Children, in your junior classes, you have already studied about the absorption process which is done by roots. You know that roots, they are meant for absorbing the water from the soil, and this water goes in upward direction in the plant. So let's see absorption by roots. So as I told you, children, the roots, they are not only for fixing the plant in the soil, but they are also meant for important function, and that is to absorb water and mineral nutrients from the soil and conduct into the stem for supply of leaves, flowers, fruits. So why this supply, or why this need of water and minerals are necessary for the plants? Because the water, it is needed in plants for four main purposes, like photosynthesis, transportation, and mechanical stiffness. So water, it is used in photosynthesis process, in the synthesis of glucose or food. Large quantity of water, it is evaporated from the plants during the daytime through transpiration process for giving the cooling effect to the plant and also for producing suction force. Transportation of substances from the roots to the upward direction, or minerals in upward direction from leaves to other parts of the plant, and it also provides mechanical stiffness which is necessary for the plant. Now mineral nutrients, they are required by the plant because some of the ions, they form, or they are the major constituents of cell and cell organelles, as well as they also synthesize a variety of compounds and enzymes within the cell. So let's see what are the characteristics of root for absorbing water. Now it depends on three main characteristics: how the roots absorb water from the soil. It should have huge surface area which provided by rootlets and root hairs. Root hairs, they also contain the solution known as cell sap at a concentration which is higher than that of the surrounding water. And root hairs, they have thin walls. So number one, here see, it is a freshly germinated seed which are showing the root with root hairs. See, the seed is germinating and it is showing the single root with root hairs. Okay, it's a single root and root hairs are here. Now here also, this is the diagram of a full grown root hair and two more in successive stages of growth from the epidermal cell. So this is the epidermal cell, and from epidermal cell this root hair starts growing. Now here it has cell wall, cell membrane, then cytoplasm, vacuole, and the nucleus, and these are the growing root hairs. Now this is the full grown root hair. So with the help of this root hair, water is absorbed inside the plant body. So how the surface area of the root increases, or increases the rate of absorption of water? Because you know that when even a small garden plant like balsam, when it is uprooted from the soil, it shows thick rootlets, or the roots. If we examine these rootlets carefully, we can see the hundreds of root hairs which are emerging from the rootlets. Now if we add or fillet these root hairs end to end, they would cover a length of many kilometers. Okay. Now this root hair contains cells which are higher concentration than that of the surrounding water, because root hairs are the extensions of the epidermal cells of the root, and they also contain large vacuoles which are filled with sort of solution known as cell sap. Now some salts that dissolve in it and cell sap, therefore it has higher concentration that of the surrounding water. Now this characteristic, it is an important requirement to draw in water from outside, that is from the soil. So we'll read about the osmosis further. Okay. Now root hairs, they have thin walls. Naturally, like all plant cells, root hairs, they also have two layers, cell wall and a cell membrane. Now the cell wall is thin and permeable, that means it allows every water molecules and dissolved substances freely and in out of the cell. Whereas the cell membrane is thin and semi-permeable in nature. That means it allows only certain substances to pass through, and large molecules of the dissolved, they are not able to pass through the semi-permeable membrane. So the absorption of water from the soil to root lies mainly through this cell membrane. Now absorption and conduction of water and minerals we'll learn in our next class. Till then, thank you and have a nice day.